Yeah, again, Isaac, let me watch this corruption situation here. Um, for a full article, you guys, it's on Maverick News. You can read the article there about this story, this corruption story. But also, they do have a video here on YouTube where they are explaining the whole investigation, how it started, and where it is right now. So, if you want to get the full story, you can also go there and watch. Let's just react to some part of this story, okay? Then my commentary will come right at the end.
My work on the IDT originally focused on an 800 million rand tender to install oxygen plants at government hospitals across South Africa. We detailed several shortcomings in the bid process and revealed that the main contractor was little more than a shell, the ghost company that was by no means equipped or prepared to deliver on a project of this magnitude. Thankfully, the oxygen plant's contract was cancelled, but it seemed like there was a lot more happening at the IDT than just that. Sources familiar with the IDT and its CEO's dealings urged me to look at the Bochumalaka's financial affairs, especially those pertaining to a property portfolio. In April this year, we revealed that Malaka had somehow very rapidly acquired several assets worth millions of rands, including a couple of properties. The properties were bought through Malaka's trusts. Curiously, there were no bank loans registered to the properties, which meant Malaka had somehow come up with millions of rands in cash. One property in particular caught my attention. In mid-2023, one of Malaka's trusts paid 3.6 million rand for a sprawling plot inside Gauteng's upmarket Waterfall country estate. Nearly a year later, in around June 2024, the plot was cleared of vegetation. A few months later, a construction firm appeared on the scene to start building Malaka's new pad. In all, Malaka's trust was set to spend at least 12 million rand on the project, again raising questions as to how the IDT CEO was laying her hands on so much money. Then, in April this year, I made an important breakthrough. Creation unearthed links between Malaka's new house and an IDT contractor, raising suspicions that the IDT CEO had improper financial dealings with a company doing business with her organization. Slowly, I managed to gather more and more information linking the IDT contractor to Malaka's Waterfall property. Judging by what happened next, we can only assume that word of my inquiries somehow made it back to Malaka or to someone close to her. In June 2025, the IDT spokesperson, Pasha Makhalane, contacted me out of the blue. He said he had something sensitive to discuss with me. Makhalane said he didn't want to talk over the phone and that he would fly from Joburg to Cape Town to come and meet me. The spokesman said that this first meeting would be in preparation for a second meeting where his boss, Malaka, would also be present. Makhalane told me that we would discuss mutual matters. He told me that his boss would pay me if I decided to work with him. Makhalane effectively implied that they would reward me if I wrote positive stories on Malaka and IDT. In other words, I had to drop my investigation into a property. Astonishingly, Makhalane said that they would pay me in cash, but that I could earn even more money by bringing my own contractors to the IDT for lucrative tenders. After this meeting, I again spoke to my editors, and we then wrote detailed statements about everything that had transpired up to that point. We also roped in our lawyers and notified them of the developments. I also made a statement to a well-known advocate. Our plan was to string Makhalane and Malaka along, making them believe that I was genuinely considering their proposal. The situation presented a very rare opportunity. We could document the shocking lengths to which a top government official would go in order to bury a story that would no doubt cause her a world of trouble. Makhalane, meanwhile, began to prepare the ground for me to bring my own contractors to the IDT, just as he promised. A few days after our first meeting, he sent me a document detailing an IDT tender in the Western Cape. The document invited contractors to submit bids for the IDT's contractor development program. Makhalane invited me to check the bid details and share it with contractors. Throughout June and July, we started preparing for my scheduled meeting with Malaka. On Sunday, 3 August 2025, I had my meeting with the IDT CEO and the entity spokesperson, Makhalane. They had taken morning flights from Joburg to Cape Town, and our meeting took place at the same restaurant near Stellenbosch. Things had changed quite drastically since my last meeting with the spokesperson. Malacca had just recently been suspended by the IDT's board over the oxygen plants scandal that we'd exposed last year. However, Malacca was evidently still very anxious about my latest investigation into a waterfall property. She clearly didn't want this story to ever see the light of day.
So I just want to close this chapter.
Yeah, no, sure.
I think I will need you to close this chapter.
Yeah, no, sure.
It's too much.
Yes, yeah, no, there's a thing a lot.
I
Yeah.
have kids, I have parents. My parents are old. They were sick. They couldn't sleep over the last weekend.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Sure. No, absolutely. Yeah. No.
It's bad.
Yeah, so.
I just thought, because some of the things I can't speak in front of Pasha.
Oh.
As much as I trust him, I'm his boss.
Oh, okay.
So I thought, let me.
I was wondering about that. Now, did you decide beforehand to break up and then just me and you talk, or yeah? Okay, yeah. Okay, no, sure.
So you will advise me.
Yeah.
How we move forward.
Yes. So okay, well, I think Pasha initiated the discussion with me. I think it was early June, and obviously at that point, I assume that's kind of the issue here is the waterfall house. I'm quite advanced with that, to be honest. I'll be frank with you.
I want it closed. I don't want you to be writing about it. I don't want anything more coming out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, sure. Let me give Pasha a call quickly. It's getting a little bit windier now.
But it's still not cold.
That's nice, yeah. Hey, Pasha.
We are done.
Yeah, your boss says you must come back. After we'd spoken about the house and some other issues, Makhalani and Malacca got down to the day's real business. The IDT spokesperson pulled out a white Dior shopping bag stuffed with 200 Rand notes and placed it on the table. This while his suspended boss sat looking on. I asked them how much money they bought for me, and they said it was 60,000 Rand. But they also intimated that there would be more money coming my way if I dropped my investigation into Malacca's house. After the cash had been placed on the table, I casually photographed it for our records. Next, I duly informed Malacca and Makhalani that I wouldn't be taking the alleged bribe after all. I told them that it had always been my intention to get them to present me with the cash, and that I had never intended to take it. And then just like that, our meeting was over. I promptly stood up and left. Makhalani and Malacca, meanwhile, were in a hurry to get out of there too. At roughly 2 p.m, they got up and left the restaurant area. So, what then of Malacca's waterfall property, the issue the IDT CEO so desperately wanted to bury? Next week, Daily Maverick will publish a month-long investigation into a new house. We'll detail how it is linked to a prominent Gauteng businessman and IDT contractor. Be sure not to miss our next exclusive expose.
Except so I just had to go through this story because obviously during the day I was somewhere where I couldn't do any videos or listen to it. I was seeing videos on Instagram and I couldn't listen to it, and I thought, let me just listen to it before I go to bed. It's very, very disappointing, you guys, that Black people that are in positions where they can make a difference for our Black lives, people are becoming greedy and selfish, and they are making decisions that only serve them and maybe a few of their friends. But we are grateful for 2025 because people are getting exposed. And the sad thing is that there are people that are going to come here and say, but why are they only exposing Black people? But why are the Black people corrupt? And it's not that it's only Black people that are corrupt. There are other races that are corrupt too. But I mean, if they're exposing corruption, they should expose corruption. If there wasn't any corruption within the Black people, then we wouldn't be getting exposed. So it's very disappointing that people in positions where they can make a difference, they do make a difference, but in their lives and in the lives of their close friends and families only. And the rest of us are left like... kodwa babecabangani bethi bazobribe i-journalist yomlungu ngo-60,000. Only 60,000. Ngiyabonga guys, let me sleep. Nimzwile umlungu, so let me sleep.